were the clothes into the sauna, it was Mondo. Where is he? There he is.
Here's my answer. Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
What?
Watch.
Why do you keep accusing him?
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember?
Like 2 days ago.
And for the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on. But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
No, wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never kill. I don't accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof.
I mean, I don't want to believe it either, but found something that proves it beyond the shadow of a doubt. Make your argument.
Let's test Makoto's assertion.
Oh, there goes that
What he
achievement.
says is correct. Then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine. See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all!
I'm gonna use Bergen.
Shoot!
Let's test Makoto's assertion.
If what he says you broke your own, in other words, if then that proves.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine. See? Makoto was wrong. Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly.
Let's test if what he says you broke your own.
Own handbook.
In other words,
If Mondo's handbook, then that proves
that what.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine. See? Makoto was wrong. Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly.
Let's test if what he says you broke your own. In other words,
Don't
Mondo,
miss.
then that proves that what.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
Not that one.
Shoot!
Let's test Makoto's
Can we
assertion.
use the
What
card
he
reader?
says you broke your own hand. In other words, if then that proves.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine. See? Makoto was wrong after all. Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly.
I'm dying here.
Let's test Makoto. If what he says you broke your own. In other words, if Mod, then that proves.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just.
No!
I tried to use that a couple of times, but it just missed. I was like second guessing myself.
Mondo, the handbook you have right now, is it really yours?
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
The broken handbook that was in the main hall. Isn't that one actually yours?
What the heck are you talking about?
What I mean
Here's
is,
Leon's, yeah.
I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually
It's gone,
works.
man.
I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own. After all,
I'm so bad at
Monokuma
this
said
thinking
himself that
shooting, man.
Leon's handbook
I
never
miss
should have
all of
broken.
them all the time.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's. Which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's, yes?
But doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook is prohibited?
Well, here's how I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, but if they're dead, they're not a student. It's kind of a gray area, I admit, but no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting. As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so.
I gotta
I'm
say it like
happy
that.
to admit I made a mistake, but
Son of a bitch. What's wrong, bro? Come on, tell him he's wrong. You are wrong. You have to be wrong. Everything you just said is wrong. You made it all up.
Man, he's ride or die, huh?
Then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning?
I forgot all about the
That
comic
way,
book section.
everything will become clear, and we'll all see if I was right or wrong.
I do not remember a doorknob whatsoever. My bad. Okay. This is cleanup duty. Wait, I'm not sure about this one. This says back. Did we have to use all of them? I don't remember. 1, 2, 3, 4. Still 4 extra.
The killer is you! First, let's take a look back to before the incident. Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct?
What are you doing just vibing in the warehouse, Celeste?
At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag. That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste? With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room? Simple, because she was really a he.
I'm gonna
Which
say
is
like
why
that.
he was able to use his own e-handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room. Once inside, he met with someone there. And the person he met was the one who killed him. It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro, and attacked him. And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came from. It was likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned. Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet. Then, removing the bloody poster.
The door was supposed to go there, okay. Just lost. I had the door and the thing mixed up, okay. That's fine, redo it.
I refuse to give up
I
yet.
refuse to give up yet. My apologies. Son of a gun. Bag. Scanned in. Walked in. Lifted. Poster. Wrong one, sorry. Poster. No, what? Take down the poster. And this psycho.
The killer is you!
The killer is you.
Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet. Then, removing the bloody poster. and finally carrying the corpse into the girls' locker room. A girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker room, of course. But this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl. After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall. Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem. And that's exactly how the killer did it. With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work. They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch. That could have been the end of things, but no. Byakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation, making things even more complicated.
He's just like bored. I just don't get why he's just bored.
So, after stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library, and then he got to work.
Unless you wanted to draw. He already knew who the serial killer was, so I don't know why.
He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body. Then, using the victim's own blood, he left a grisly message there at the scene of the crime. He wanted to create the illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter. The killer
Okay, that
is
makes more sense, I guess.
you!
The killer is you. Sorry. Oh, head into the sauna. I thought that was a pool.
The killer is you! And around the same time that Byakuya was putting together this facade, the killer, having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna. There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence, Chihiro's handbook. And just as the killer expected, the steamy sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget. Somehow, the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna.
I totally thought that was the pool.
And the reason they knew that
the
is
sauna.
because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook. And that's how it all played out. Isn't that right, Mondo Owada?
Complete.
Wait. No. This can't be right. Where's your evidence? Yeah. Where's your evidence? You need evidence. You need proof. Without any proof, you can't pin any of this on him.
When I said Mondo was the killer, that I already revealed the stuff earlier in the trial. It's a mouse where Mondo's handbook is right now. So that everything will become clear. New element has been added to the bullet time battles, absolutely. Fever time and nega time. During a battle, bullet time battle, if you press the right bumper, fever time will activate and the tempo will be forced to the max. Even if you push the buttons at random, you won't miss. Push the button whenever you want to destroy the opponent's verbal assault. Only lasts until your focus gauge runs out, so make sure the best possible use of your time. Wouldn't be fair if you only got access to special time, right? Also prepare something called the Niga time, that your opponent can use. If your opponent activates the Niga time, your temporal marker will disappear, making it quite a bit tougher for hit the buttons in the rhythm. Where to activate fever time at this point? Never mind, I'm not sure anything would happen. I don't know. Okay, I'm not worried about it. Action difficulty is set to gentle, and the opponent won't even use the time. Good luck and have fun.
Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen.
I don't have to use it, to be fair.
False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. I refuse to vote. Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. Show me some evidence.
This should prove it.
Dun-ga-da-dun.
If my thinking so far is right, Mondo must have replaced his broken handbook with Leon's. In which case, we can just check each
I just
of
expect
our
this to go on
handbooks
this
right
long,
now.
so I'll split the case with the
Once we
two
do
parts
that,
into
we'll-
the one part into two.
We don't gotta do that.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah. I did it. I killed him.
Still got an A, which is nice.
Bro, what are you saying?
I got no choice, man. After hearing all that, I gotta just give up. Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with. Ask for the goddamn verdict.
Roger that.
Wait, hold on.
No waiting, no holding on. Time for the moment we've all been waiting for. Grab your lever and
How do you vote with
give
a
it
lever?
yank. Who will you elect as the Blackened this time around? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
And does it have 16 different
What's
notches
gonna
on it?
be? What's it gonna be?
It's so quiet. Why is the movie so quiet? I gotta whisper, man. Or shut up. You got it right again. It is so the black ink that killed Chihiro Fujisaki was Mondo Owada. Ellipses. Guess you're wondering the vote was not unanimous. Kiyotaka chose the wrong answer. You're getting very close to the danger zone, Mysterious Shimaru, and be more careful. I refuse to believe it. There's no way you could kill someone. Before we do
Sorry.
Spunky, I'm gonna throw some food on.
What is this?
Why are you apologizing? Why? Why? Why'd you do it?
Now then.
Mondo's taking a vow of silence, so allow me to explain on his behalf.
Actually,
The story of the murder this time is a sad story of two men. But for anyone who doesn't really want to hear it, you can hit the B button to fast forward the text. Who would play this game to just skip forward past text? Anyway, there was once a young boy. And his name was Chihiro Fujisaki. He had an extreme inferiority complex regarding his own lack of strength. You're so weak even though you were a boy. He'd heard things like that as long as he could remember, and he couldn't overcome his weakness. On the contrary, he tried to hide and buried himself further and further into that weakness. Take on the fragile form of a petite young girl. He had chosen this as a way out. Now nobody will be able to say anything about it even though you're a boy. No matter how tightly he wrapped himself up in a shell. Inferiority complex had already taken root deep inside of him. It was not so easily weeded out. As it turned out, the shell was completely empty. Complex didn't disappear. Instead, it only grew stronger and stronger. I'm weak.
Weak, 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 weak.
Once the killing game had begun here at the school, he had no choice but to accept that fact. After all, the world's survival of the fittest. If you're not strong, you don't survive. This world's survival of the fittest. And then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. Which of course included Chihiro's embarrassing secret, which I was more than willing to divulge. Even though he dressed like a girl, Chihiro was actually a boy.
Hey,
And now something Chihiro couldn't let anyone find out, no matter the cost. That was revealed. It would be the end. The hardened shell would crack, the armor would fall away. Without a doubt, those around him would torture him more than ever before. I don't think this is the type of group of people to do that. Everyone figured that being thrust into such a dilemma must have sent him spiraling into despair.
what?
And yet,
I'm sorry.
I don't even want to talk about it right now.
But-
But I also don't want to leave things the way they are, so maybe I can talk about it later. After trying my best to become strong, then I can tell everyone. Knowingly, he used the threat of discovery to motivate himself to become stronger.
That's right.
Now's my chance.
I want to change.
I want to get stronger and accept who I am. Strong enough so that when someone says, even though you're a boy, it'll all be okay, I'll get better. I'll press the button. With that thought at the front of the mind, he resolved to take immediate action. And so, that day he made the commitment to begin exercising. He was prepared to retain his mind and body. You expected some fast gains, but sadly, he'd be the first and only chance he would get at it.
Hey,
When he decided to start exercising, he thought it would be good to ask for someone's help. But he wanted to tell that person the secret first, but he asked him to help him from there. The person he went to
Yeah, that's right.
was me. Yep, it sure was. But your gang fella had been painfully clear about how important his manly promises were. Chihiro probably figured that even if he confided in Mondo, his honor would make him keep the secret. Plus, Mr. Macho Mondo was a very simple of a strong man that Chihiro had always aspired to. Maybe talking to Mondo about it will help me get some courage. I'll press it. So he went and asked Mondo to help him become strong. That was his aspiration. And he thought that only with Mondo's support would he ever be able to come close to that.
Correct.
So then, that must be why Mondo did what he did, to keep the promise he made to Chihiro. Hound did what he did. I mean, that's why Mondo carried Chihiro from the boys' locker room to the girls' locker room?
Indeed.
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Wasn't that to cover up what he'd done?
Certainly.
That could have been part of it, but I don't think it was the main reason. Real purpose was to keep the promise between men he'd made to Chihiro. But how does moving the body keep it secret?
Because
If everyone knew he'd been killed in the boys' locker room, then everyone would have been arguing about how she got into the boys' locker room, right? Once that started up, at least a few of us would have immediately begun to suspect his identity, so... How to protect Chihiro's secret? By putting him in the girls' locker room and stealing his handbook, see? And Mono did all that to keep the promise he made to Chihiro, who he'd also killed. Why would he do that? The more I hear you talk, the more I understand. I mean, you guys trusted each other, right? So why did you? Because no matter what, I didn't want anyone to know.
I knew it.
That's what triggered it after all. Possibility of having your embarrassing memories and secrets exposed.
What is this?
It's impossible. Nothing could have been that bad. Something he didn't want anyone to know, even if it meant killing someone.
You're wrong.
It's impossible. He was the leader of a
Don't make me
gang.
repeat myself.
How many times must I repeat myself? To judge others by your own standards is a height of folly. Even if you can't comprehend it, he obviously can. That's all there is to it. Well, while we're on the subject, why don't I tell you? An embarrassing memory, the secret you didn't want anyone to know.
Hey!
You know what Mondo did? Killed his brother? Yes. Gah. Crazy Diamond? Mondo, the ultimate bigger gang leader, makes all of the hoodlums and riffraff across the country tremble. The only reason he had the chance to join the gang in the first place was because of a certain someone. Mondo's older brother's name was Daya Awada. Mondo had nothing but respect for him. It was because of Daya that Mondo ever got on a motorcycle. Vroom voila. Mondo's brother was his only family growing up. He was the only one Mondo could trust or respect. He wanted to measure up to his big brother, so he imitated him in everything he did. Mondo was the epitome of the stray-eyed kid brother. Meanwhile, the charismatic older brother had put together a local motorcycle gang. And before anyone knew it, he had grown into the biggest biker gang in the country. Daya, the older brother, number 1 in the gang, and his number 2 was younger brother Mondo. This doesn't really get your hair. In the beginning, everything was peaches and gravy. But when Mondo started to think about how he would have to take over the gang from his brother someday, his brother's greatness, his reputation began to gnaw on Mondo's very soul. The kid's gonna take over for Daya, huh? Daya created the gang with his bare hands. Mondo's just along for the ride. Someone like that really be a leader? All that'll do is make the gang look bad. Almost every day, Mondo heard the gossip and whispers of the other members of the gang. Dude, I still hate when we did Lost Judgment and we had to devote like 12 hours to the biking gang. I wanted to rip my hair out. Which is why. So bike racing is just tainted for me.
I
gotta get stronger than Daya. Just one time. No matter what, I gotta win.
don't fuck with me.
I don't care what it takes, I gotta come up on top. On the night of his amazing brother's retirement ceremony, Mondo challenged him to a street race. During the race, tragedy struck. Shra. Kid brother pushed ahead with reckless abandon, geared it for a victory, and dashed into oncoming traffic. Suddenly. Skirt! Shra! Landing in his kid brother's arms, the older brother delivered his final words. My bad, kid. I flipped up, sorry. Of course, he knew it was his brother's fault, but Daya never blamed him for what happened. Hey, kid, the rest is up to you no matter what. You gotta keep the gang together. Was this the team you and me put together? A promise between men. Decided to hide the truth of what happened from everyone else in the gang. Ordered to keep the gang together and keep the promise to his brother. He could never admit to anyone that it was his own weakness that had caused the accident. And as a result, the team was made even stronger under the banner of the kid who bested his big brother. Daya was gonna lose his kid brother, so he got stupid and killed himself. That became the explanation for what happened, and Mondo's lie became the truth. Wanting to lead the team so bad, he was willing to tell all kinds of lies about his brother. I'm strong. Strong. And yep. As soon as our killing game began, he realized no matter how tough he pretended to be, he was just another weakling that could die in an instant. And then the hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. At that point, it was clear I would have no problem shedding light on his secret. Mondo killed his own brother. No matter what, I couldn't let the other gang members find out. If that happened, everything would have been ruined. Everything me and my brother had worked to create would have been destroyed. His death, all the guilt I'd been carrying around, it would have been for nothing. So that's why. Mondo. After I saw what Monokuma had of me, my head filled up with a kind of fuzzy uneasiness, and I just started swirling around. Never felt anything like that before. Never felt anything like it before. I didn't know what to do about it. I wasn't sure what to say or think, but after a while, the fuzzy uneasiness turned itself into a rock-hard lump of anxiety way down in my stomach. And it was right around then that Chihiro asked me to start working out with him. And right there, he told me his secret. Seriously? Jesus.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry, I'm sorry I lied to you. But why? Why now? Why are you telling me this all of a sudden?
Huh?
Huh? Because, I mean, you kept the secret all this time, right? If anyone found out, you would.
But
You're right, but
I want to change.
I wrapped myself in lies. I'm weak. I want to destroy that version of me forever. His words were like a knife in my gut. Like a knife in my gut. I felt like he was exposing the lie I'd been living myself. I have to change. I don't want to be weak anymore. You're so strong I can't hurt you, right? I'll press the button. Whatever secret Monokuma might tell us.
You piece of...
So what you're saying, I should just say it?
What?
Saying if I really am?
What?
If I really am, I should just be able to tell everyone my secret?
Huh?
Huh? I was jealous. I was jealous of Chihiro's strength. He had the strength to face his own weakness, to try and overcome it. It was the kind of strength I've never had. I was jealous of him. And that jealousy broke me.
What?
You're making fun of me?
What?
I'm strong. Are you flipping with me right now?
No.
I'm not making fun of you. You really are strong, Mondo. I feel like I could hear something starting to creak. Something inside my head. What did he want me to do? What was I supposed to do? Was I supposed to just sit back and let my secret get revealed and ruin everything?
What's wrong?
Why did you have to tell me like all that? Are you trying to rub my failure in my face? No, I just really admire you. I admire your strength.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right, I am strong. Strong, I'm strong. Strong, 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 strong. Stronger than you.
You son of a
Stronger than
bitch.
Daya. You son of a gun. I don't remember anything after that. When I woke up again, he was lying at my feet covered in blood. I had the dumbbell in my hand and I was just staring at him down on the ground. Hey. Ellipses.
I killed him.
There you go.
I killed Chihiro. Even after all this time, I'm still just as weak as I've always been. And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back.
Mondo. He was normally so aggressive, so angry. He hid that weak side away from everyone. That was his secret. A weakness like that lived in his heart like his, and turned him cold-blooded. Gosh darn it. Look at him, you see? You're all just like him. For a secret from the past, for a memory. For that, he killed another living human in cold blood. Couldn't just cut free of his regrets from the outside world. He doesn't know what true strength is. Do you see hope anywhere in there? Because I sure don't. You punk. Just shut up, you son of a gun. Go ahead, say that again, I dare you.
Yep.
Okay, I'll say as many times as I want. It's what I want to say, but... Unfortunately, I can't do that right now because it's time for punishing. The time for punishing is fast approaching. But punishing?
It can't be.
Execution?
Well, now,
That's what I promised you, right? The blackened that disturbs the peace will be punished.
Ridiculous.
Hold on.
Now then,
And then
I
I
prepared a very special punishment.
For Mondo Awada, the ultimate biker gang leader. No, wait.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
I said wait.
Sorry, man. I couldn't keep the promise we made. From one man to another.
I'll be quiet because it's very quiet. I do not know what audio setting it makes this so quiet. I do not know what I don't know what happened. He went too fast. He stretched and got turned into butter. Honestly, it's not that bad. He was kind of unconscious at that point, right? Because of the G-forces applied to him. It wasn't as bad as being pelted with 1,000 baseballs. Laugh at death and your soul will forever be at peace. You can't be. My brother. Another murder, another execution. I want to feel again. Technically, we did go up in numbers. We do have Jill here. Everyone's lives are taken so lightly. I feel like I might be going mad. Maybe they'll just let it happen. Saka's sad screams evaded our skulls. We were each forced to realize once again. But he, of course, he had to. What a disappointment. This is the end of your game. End of the game. Bye, Koya.
What is this?
Completely insane, you know that? A game? One of our friends is dead. Did you realize that?
Naturally.
Of course I do, because the game is life or death.
Hey,
I don't have anything to say to you. I don't have a response except that. Except that.
however,
I just don't understand why. Why did you go out of your way to disguise Mondo's crime? Why did you go out of your way to disguise Mondo's crime?
What?
Why? Isn't it obvious? Because it made things more interesting. The voice was so calm and motionless, like the voice of death that chilled me to the bone. Last night, when the murder took place, I was in the library as usual.
Honestly,
You ignored the nighttime rule too? Sorry, Celeste, it ain't gonna work it out. Rule never mattered to me. I don't recall agreeing to it.
there is nothing
Well, I
to
don't
be
particularly
done.
care. Please continue. The night grew late, and I decided to return to my room, which is when I stumbled upon him. Spotted Mondo coming out of the girls' locker room. After he'd gone, I looked inside and saw the corpse. What, you mean you actually witnessed the murder? He was such a fool, he didn't have the slightest idea that I'd seen him. Are you saying you knew who the culprit was from the very beginning?
That's right.
Indeed, but if that had been the end of it, how boring would it have been? I mean, what a waste of time to have the answer revealed right at the beginning. This is why I decided to lend a little helping hand. I thought I would liven things up. Did all of that to liven things up.
I see.
After hearing about Inside Jack from Tokyo, you decided to use that. You created the fake murder scene. But darn, man, if we hadn't figured out who'd really done it, you would have been dead too, right? Well, obviously, I would have revealed the truth before we reached that point. Of course. Koya turned and looked at me in the eye. Could feel his sharp eyes piercing into me. Thanks to the certain remarkable someone I never did, and I was able to perform an interesting experiment. I do decide to become blackened, I now know who I'll have to watch out for. Huh?
Correct.
That was your reason. Are you satisfied?
Indeed.
I'm done listening to your story. Moving on.
Hey,
Something I'd like to ask Monokuma.
What's this?
Well, I'm up next.
you.
You like to perform these elaborate executions each time, correct? My question is why? Do you like them? But you know, this punishment, this despair, is not just for you. All this punishment, all this despair is the gift to mankind itself.
What?
You're over-exaggerating? I'm not over-exaggerating. These punishments are meant to transform all hope to despair. What do you mean?
Huh?
Mean. Mean? Mean?
What the
Mean, 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 mean.
Damn it!
Good grief, I don't understand why you have to pick apart every little stupid thing. Whatever, it doesn't matter. In the end, I'm gonna stand alone as the victor, and then everything will be real to me. Noble son of the noble family, truly you understand me. Flower armpit, once again. Hoo-hoo-hoo, I think this is the start of a terrifying friendship.
That's enough.
Shut up, I would never stoop to the level of a childish criminal like you. Let me just say this. After I have achieved complete victory, you're up next. I want to find you and kill you, understand?
In the name of my family.
Name of the Togami family, for which victory is a foregone conclusion.
You're getting all riled up.
Ooh, so cool, it's like you're the main character of a video game or something. I'm a trash mob for you. I swear whatever it takes, I will kill you. Poo-hoo, temper, sounds like someone needs a nap. Poo-hoo, poo-hoo. Case over, can I go make a snack and then switch to Splunky? Monokuma's laughter peeled across the courtroom, and the court curtain closed on the case of Chihiro Amando. But I knew that wasn't the end. The killing game would still continue. Because the mastermind wouldn't let it end. For those of us who were still alive, our worst fear and despair kept on multiplying. It was the kind of despair that felt like a blind puppy, and heck, had more of a future than us. All of our courage, our effort, our friendship, it felt like it amounted to nothing at all. It was the worst kind of despair.
Well, anyway, like I was saying, this is a pretty good spot. Yeah, a really good spot. Anyway, isn't it amazing how that girl went and killed someone before things even had a chance to get boring? Once things really get moving, it'll be like a roller coaster. There won't be any stopping it. Fear and despair charge forward at a speed nothing can hope to match. But I must admit, I'm disappointed. I went to all the pain and effort of making you part of the group, and you couldn't play your part. You do remember you were supposed to make the first move, right? Well, no biggie. Nothing we can do about it now, so just do your best to make things more exciting from now on, okay? After all, that's what everyone wants to see.
One thing I'd like to ask of you.
As long as you don't want to know my measurements, fire away.
Who is it? The 16th high school student, I mean.
Ooh-hoo. My, you really took me by surprise there. I know I said you could ask anything, but... super denied, ultra denied, demonic denied! Because you see, that's my ace in the hole. And nobody'd be dumb enough to reveal that, right? No matter how close they were to their friends.
Chapter 2, Boy's Life of Despair. The end. But we gained Jill. To be continued. Crazy Diamond present. Yes, we can save the game, and then I can switch over to Splunky. Okay, it's saved. Quit game. I'll leave it open for the next couple of days. Okay. Let's see here. End of Danganronpa. And then I'm